Hello and welcome to this India Today special, where we are joined today by a very special guest, His Excellency Abdullah Abu Shawesh, Palestine's Ambassador to India. Appreciate your joining us, Your Excellency, because you're joining us at a time when it's exactly 2 years since October 7, 2023, the dreadful Hamas terror attacks in Israel, and then what happened in Gaza over the last 2 years, hundreds of lives lost. Now we see Hamas and Israeli negotiators in Egypt, possible ceasefire. Do you see a light at the end of a very dark tunnel, Mr. Ambassador?
Thank you so much indeed, dear Rajib, for having me this day, and at large to extend many thanks to India Today. But as ambassador of Palestine, of course, and it's a moral, it's a legal, and it's legitimate to at least to shed light on your introduction. Two things. You said the terror attack, which is, it's of course, I will not go to said or to put the wording in your mouth, whether it is terror or not terror attack. It's yours.
No, 1 minute. No. Are you denying that there was a terror attack when more than 1,000 innocent Israeli civilians were killed, sir, on October 7, 2023? You can't deny that, surely.
You should not tell me what to deny or not.
No, are you not calling it a terror attack?
I'm coming. Could I explain myself?
Sure.
But of course, this is the first. Then when you mentioned after you said that a terror attack and what happened in Gaza, thousands of... So you claim this is a terror attack, but what happened in Gaza, you did not mention whether it is war crimes. According to what did the ICC already declared it's a war crime, it's a genocide. According to what the United Nations itself declared it's a genocide, Amnesty itself it's declared it's a genocide. You did not shed light on the wording of genocide, but you shed light on the issue of terror attack, whether it is terror or not terror, just to remind ourselves with your history as Indian people.
No, so should we accept that October 7, 2023 was a terror attack conducted by Hamas, and what Israel has done in Gaza is a war crime, the killing of innocent civilians?
No.
Are we going to draw an equivalence? Is that what...
You did not mention this is a war crime.
I said thousands of innocent civilians have died.
But you did not mention this is a war crime or genocide, which is, again, it's sure by the end of the day, I'm here to, of course, to answer your question, but just to borrow something of from your recent history as Indian people, 1919 or mid-1930s, when they accused the great Indian martyr, Bhagat Singh, of being terror.
Bhagat Singh, yes.
Yes. If you're going to analyze what did Bhagat Singh, who's launched with his colleagues, with his comrades, the resistance, the military resistance against the British colonization at that day. If you're going to analyze this event as isolated from at least Jallianwala Bagh at that time, 1919, if you're going to analyze it without linking it to its root, it will be a terror attack. But if you're going to analyze it in its historical background, we should find another name to this, to what did at least Bhagat Singh mentioned at that day. So that, again, October 7th is a fact, it happened. But how to classify that? If you're going to classify that as a terror attack, what you're going to classify the Israeli occupation? 56 years of suffocating Israeli occupation.
So what you're saying is you cannot see October 7, 2023 in isolation from what happened before, what you're calling Israeli occupation. You're even, interestingly, linking it to how Bhagat Singh was perceived in the 1930s and Jallianwala Bagh. But the truth of the matter is, in the 21st century context, do you see Hamas, which is now negotiating with the Israelis, as a terror organization or not?
Come again. Because you did not give me just the full time to answer. I'm not linking it only to the 56 years of suffocating occupation. I'm linking it to the 77 years of expelling of the Palestinian people, expelling them from their homeland, ethnically cleanse them. My late father was born in our original village. I still have my original key to our old home, to our old house.
Which is where?
in Barga, inside Israel right now. 531 village has been expelled and destroyed. Still, our property in Israel till today is managed, and Israel is managing and dealing with our property with a very special law called absentee property law. So I link it also, October 7th, to the 77 years old, but also I gonna link it to the bridge mandate, to the bridge United Kingdom itself, when without any legal base, without any legal without any even footprint in our land in 1917, when they issued the notorious, despicable, ominous Balfour Declaration. In this declaration, your occupier, your colonizer at that time, whom have zero footprint in our land, issued this declaration when they pledged our homeland to the Khazarian Jew. And when we say Khazarian Jew, we should stress on it, to the European Jew. This is the link of the issue. But just to isolate...
No, I take your point. No, Mr. Ambassador, just a minute. I take your point, and I've seen this is the Palestinian position, that do not see October 7, 2023 in isolation. However, we're now in 2025. In the 2 years, we've seen a dreadful war in Gaza. You've said war crimes have been committed. You're calling it a genocidal war. One minute. The United Nations, United Nations bodies have also used the word genocide. The Israelis turn around and say the war in Gaza would not have taken place. Listen carefully, Your Excellency. The war in Gaza would not have taken place but for October 7, 2023. They, in turn, are saying what's happened in the last 2 years is linked to October 7. That's the turning point that has led to the war in Gaza. How do you respond?
I am coming, which is very important. This means that when we went to sleep Friday, October 6th, everything was calm. Palestinian people was not under the Israeli occupation. No one was killed in West Bank. Just to let you know that, because the main issue here is where is the starting point, how to start measuring the event. Is it from October 7th or 1967, June 6, or May 15, the Nakba, Palestinian Nakba, or to go back to the November 2nd, 1917 by issuing the Balfour Declaration, or to go back when Abraham himself left Ur the Chaldeans, his birthplace, and come
Your
to
Excellency,
our land.
This is very dangerous. Your Excellency, the moment you go into root causes and you go back in time, then you're unable, you're always rationalizing the present. You're almost trying to justify the violence that took place, the terror attack that took place on October 7, 2023. And the Israelis in turn will then justify the war crimes that have taken place in Gaza. Then it's a zero-sum game. We are in 2025. We need solutions.
Wait a minute. Zero-sum game if we, because there are two schools of thought when it came to October 7. The rational school of thought, which I totally, utterly represented it, and not me, it's also the United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, when he delivered his speech in October 24th, before 2023, before the Security Council, and he, of course, condemned Hamas attack, but he linked it too, when he said that, but it was not happened in a vacuum. This is the rational school of thought. But there is another non-rational school of thought, the Zionist school of thought, whom want us just to see through the lenses of the Israeli themselves, which is the history was started in October 7. This is not true. We did not deny, just let me finish because a wording have a meaning. We did not deny. And we, as a Palestinian Palestinian Liberation Organization, Palestinian Authority, President Abbas, stand strong against what happened in October 7. One word, loud and clear. We, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, under the chairmanship of Yasser Arafat himself, 1993, we choose the peace. We choose to copy the late great Mahatma Gandhi, way out of resisting the Israeli occupation. So we signed the Oslo Accord. In Oslo Accord, we accept to build our state in 22%.
I take your point. Can I bring you, Your Excellency, to the very latest, which is the peace plan? Because that's where I started off. Are you seeing light at the end of a dark tunnel? US President Donald Trump on Truth Social Media has said he expects good news, very good news in a few days. Do you see this now as a good sign that we could actually have a ceasefire in place, possibly as early as next week, wherein the 20-point plan that the US president has put in place could be implemented. Do you believe it's a workable plan that will lead to a ceasefire?
Another very, very key question, but one very important...
If you can respond to this
Yes, of
first.
course, one very important issue. Is it ceasefire? Ceasefire mean, according to the international law, this is not our word. According to the international law, ceasefire or disarmament mean that there is two armies fighting against each other, which is utterly, totally is not the case in Gaza. This is a war launched by many Western countries at the hand of Israel, by Israel, of course, with the full support and complicity by many Western countries, full support and complicity by many Western countries on Gaza. This is not a war between two armies. We should be extra careful when we're using the word, so that there should not be using of the word ceasefire. But unfortunately, in a world where a might create right, we have no other choice except to use the word ceasefire.
Can I use the word peace? Because this is a peace
in the
plan.
war.
I want your response to the peace plan. Do you believe that this is a workable peace plan that can bring some kind of enduring peace? I'm using the word peace to Gaza by ending this relentless attack on your land.
Again, and again, you are asking very important question and need time to at least to expel and to stretch it and to put some light on it. When you said again, but just to make sure that it's unfortunately they are using the ceasefire and this means that according to the people who is listening us right now, there is two armies fighting against each other, which is completely utterly not the case. But I already, but when you talk about peace, it's himself, with all due respect to Mr. Trump, he did not call it a peace plan. It's a comprehensive plan to end the conflict in Gaza. So it's not a peace plan. But from our point of view, of course, we used to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Our official position, we are with any honest and any decent effort that will stop the genocide, the ongoing genocide on Gaza. This is from day one. We are with any effort, genuine effort and real effort that will guarantee there is no more children will be died due to malnutrition or suffering of lack of food. We are with any effort that will guarantee there is no more surgery will going to be conducted without anesthesia, and there is sufficient and enough amount of painkiller to the people in Gaza. We are with all of these efforts. Beside, of course, what did Mr. Trump put on the table can lead us to stop at least the carnage. But when it came to the peace, no, there is a big difference between the plan to stop the carnage that Mr. President Trump put it in the table and the peace itself, because the plan did not touch the two-state solution. The plan did not touch, which is our legitimate concern. But this plan can put an end to the carnage, and we are fully endorsing it.
Okay, interesting. You're saying, therefore, for long-term enduring peace, you need a two-state solution, a recognition of the rights of the Palestinian people to have their own nation. That's one.
Self-determination.
Of self-determination, that is the long-term solution. In the short term, the Trump plan wants an international stabilization force in the Gaza, which will be possibly overseen by several individuals, including America and President Trump and the United Nations. The Israelis will withdraw from the Gaza Strip, although they've not committed to that, and the Palestinians and the Hamas will agree to disarm itself, which again they've not agreed. In your view, is disarming Hamas and Israel withdrawing from Gaza a precondition, including, importantly, the release of hostages? Do you agree that hostages must be released? Just as you've spoken of war crime and genocide in Gaza, do you agree disarmament of Hamas, return and release of hostages is a precondition or not to end of hostilities?
Okay. 3 points.
Yes.
Which is very important 3 points. Again, I'm really happy that you are shed light or tackling the essence of the issue. When it came to the hostages itself, there are two types of hostages. 11,000 Palestinian hostages in the Israeli jail and concentration camp. And I'm pretty sure no one know about them. The vast majority of the international community and the people did not know that there are 11,000 Palestinian hostages in the Israeli jail. But again, when it came to the Israeli hostages themselves, our official position that declared from the day, the first hour, they should not be taken from scratch. They should be returned to their homes, to their family. Yesterday,
Let me reiterate that.
Yes.
You are saying your official position is that the 48 hostages, 20 of whom are hopefully alive, should be returned at once to their homes. Am I correct?
We pray to God, all of them to be alive.
And they should be returned.
They must, not should. And they should not only, they must not be even taken from scratch.
This is not part of some kind of quid pro quo or deal.
No, this is our...
This is your stated position.
This is our declared, President Abbas declared loud and
But do you have the power over, over Hamas to do that?
Could you give me
Yes.
that chance? You ask me about our position. This is our declared position, and our declared because this is part of the position. And the other part of our position, no one of the Palestinians should be taken hostages. 5,000 plus of the Palestinian is serving administrative detention. This is the law that your occupier, more than 100 years ago, they imposed it on your people. When your ancestor took the revolution in went to demonstrate in 1990 and they conducted a carnage against them because of this law that we are suffering today of it. So you, the Indian people, should all the time take mercy. This is a copying of the law, and the same exact law that you paid more than 1,000 of your ancestor, we are paying right now. Thousands of our people serving in the Israeli jail for. So our position when it came to the hostages, no one should be taken from scratch. When it came to the disarming Hamas, I really thank you to. This is again our position long time ago before the war itself. We used to call for one legitimate security for us. We are not, and our official position, our state, we want a disarmament state, declared position, written position. The one who stood strong against disarming Hamas is the current fugitive from justice, Benjamin Netanyahu. And I'm gonna tell you why. He is the one who's supporting Hamas by all the means to have, by the money itself, to be...
You're making a serious charge. You are claiming Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is supporting Hamas.
Do you want me to repeat it?
No.
Where is the camera?
No,
I'm coming. The fugitive from justice. I did not say he's
You're calling him fugitive from justice. I will call him Israel's Prime Minister. Please, sir. You are saying Benjamin Netanyahu is supporting... Why would Benjamin Netanyahu support Hamas? What's the evidence you have?
Two things. I called him a fugitive from justice because the ICC itself is wanted. He's wanted man. This is not he's not wanted for us. He's wanted for the International Criminal Court. So he's a fugitive from justice. When he also went to America, that's just 2 weeks ago, he took a very special route, airspace route, to avoid be arrested in Europe. So I'm not saying something, it's a complete wording that is, this is the exact wording that should be used against it. But of course, you have the full right to say Israeli Prime Minister. Likewise, you have the full right to say it's
I am asking you a simple question, sir. You have said that the Palestinian Authority's position, official position, is the hostages should be released at once.
100%.
Your official position is that Hamas should be disarmed.
And the one who insists to support again
is Netanyahu. But tell me then, what powers do you all? You see, today you are a representative in effect of the Palestinian Authority, which many believe is now powerless and therefore cannot control Hamas, cannot control what happens next. Do you really believe that you have the power to actually disarm Hamas? How do you see this play out?
But could I shed light, because you asked me what is the proof that Benjamin Netanyahu was supporting Hamas? It's the Qatarian money. I'm not revealing a secret. Hamas was supported by, with all due respect to Qatar, through the cash money in bags. And the one who facilitated this money with his full agreement and his full permission is Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu, the fugitive from justice, enforced us as a Palestinian authority to pay the bill, the electricity bill that they supply Gaza with the electricity bill. Then he deducted the bill from our money, while Hamas, could you give me just, they used to collect the money from the people. And when we discussed this issue officially with them, he refused. He refused. So, and this is not our word. You can dig in the Israeli media. They use, so that part of his, he did not want to finish the war because he did not want
What
an
I sense,
investigation.
therefore, is a lot of mistrust that exists even today between Benjamin Netanyahu and indeed the Palestinian people after what's happened in the last 2 years. I come back therefore.
No, but
do you therefore see the Trump plan working or not?
No,
given this kind of mistrust?
No, the mistrust is not only through the 2 years ago. Mistrust long time ago.
For decades. Therefore, do you see any
with
hope?
Benjamin Netanyahu and his current government, his current ministers, because one of his current ministers was stand strong behind advocating for killing, and Benjamin Netanyahu himself, both Benjamin Netanyahu and Ben Gvir was stand strong behind the incitement to kill the previous prime minister. 1992. So that the mistrust is there long time ago.
I have 5 minutes. I want to ask you in conclusion about Gaza itself. I don't know how many viewers know, but your family is still in Gaza. We've seen various figures thrown at us, more than 60,000 people killed, including many of them children. Some of them of malnutrition, as you claim. Some of them because of bombings of schools, of hospitals. What has the last 2 years been like? Give us a Palestinian perspective, because I know many Palestinians say we only give the Israeli perspective. I'm asking you today, what have the last 2 years been like for the people of Gaza?
Indeed, when you how did you articulate the wording? Because again, the wording have a meaning. My family is living in a refugee camp in Gaza, so that we are refugee. We have our title deeds for our land, Berga, is still with us, and our original key. Because again, wording have a meaning. Then you said that I claim. This is not my wording. 66,000 Palestinian whom was killed is innocent Palestinian. You will going to say, no, part of them is Hamas. Could Israel bring us just one name of the declared name? It's declared, the name is declared, but just to say that this is Hamas out of the 60s. Then when you mention,
you're saying all these 60,000 who've been killed are innocent. They have nothing to do with Hamas.
Could Israel just to point out this name or this name?
They've given names of various Hamas commanders who've been killed.
Is it the declared name by the Minister of Health? This is the question. And the other issue, you said that many of them is, no, 75% of them is women and the children. It's not many, because saying many, it means 5%, 10%. 75% of them is...
75% of those who have been killed in the last 2 years in Gaza are women and children.
Women and children and elderly person, period. And this is not our word. This is the United Nations. This is Amnesty. This is the United Nations itself, World Health Program, World Health Organization, and very respected organization. This is not our word.
So given what's happened, I come back to where I started off.
Yes, please.
Do you see light at the end of the tunnel?
Absolutely. Likewise, when you resist by all that different type of means, when you resist your occupier, we still believe that there is a light by the end of the tunnel. If there is no light at the end of the tunnel, why am with you?
Do you believe that India has a role to play?
India used to have a role.
Not anymore?
No, you cannot cut me here, because you're going to put me in a very difficult... India used to had a role in the Palestinian revolution mid-1930. India still have a role. And India, we look to India as the big brother, as India, who can hang the balance when it came... I served in the United Nations 8 years, when India there, and said our dig it is heels, and said it should. India there. So we look to India. We still work with India. India still invested heavily in the two-state solution. India not only recognized the state of Palestine, India is still supporting the Palestinian people in
Do
the
you
ground.
sense, though, that the Narendra Modi government has a pro-Israel tilt?
No, I will not say. You cannot put, I'm not a political commentator to say that, but I can talk about what did His Excellency the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is doing to the Palestinians. Just 2 weeks ago, or less than 2 weeks ago, India voted in favor of another resolution to endorse the two-state solution. India is still building many projects in Palestine. India is starting under the chairmanship, of course, of His Excellency Narendra Modi. But again, we used to judge India in the macro level, and we used to use, I know that you're gonna close, but I will going to quote the great Nelson Mandela when he said that we judge the people according to their attitudes towards our struggle, and we judge India at large. India, the current prime minister, the coming prime minister, the previous prime minister, India at large, we judge it according to its attitudes toward our system. Since India is still supporting the two-state solution, India is loud and clear backing us in the United Nations resolutions. India is implementing many projects, and we believe that India will be in Gaza in the day after the war.
My final question, do you have equal trust in President Trump and the United States? Do the people of Palestine trust Donald Trump when he says, I have a plan?
No, but again, we judge the people based on their attitudes towards it's not towards our struggle, of course. Just 4 years ago, His Excellency, of course, President Trump, took many moves, devastating moves against us. For the very first time, he declared that he recognized Jerusalem as the eternal capital of the Jewish people. It's a very ambiguous issue. While the same exact country, United States itself, stood strong in 1980 and declared with a very clear United Nations Security Council resolution, refused any recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of the state of Israel. Can I just finish, because you asked me about Mr. Trump and the other move that he took, that he closed our office in Washington, D.C. The third move, he cut the funding of UNRWA, which is deal with the Palestinian refugee. Fourth move, he cut the funding for the Palestinian Authority itself. And many other moves, of course. And he moved the 160 years old consulate in the East Jerusalem to become part of their embassy in Jerusalem itself. So, and the recent move, just less than 1 month, he banned President Abbas to attend the General Assembly. But again, this is according to what was happened, and we have many to talk about it. But again, the only thing that right now on the table is Mr. Trump's plan, or comprehensive plan, so to speak. Our official position, we already welcomed it, we already endorsed it, and we will go to support it as long as it will put an end to this.
The reason I asked about India and then about President Trump was because, do you feel, and I want an honest last answer from you, do you feel let down by the international community? Do the Palestinians feel let down? You've described the Israeli action as genocide. You've described it as war crimes. Do you feel the morality of the new world order has changed and let down the Palestinian people? A straight answer, Mr. Ambassador.
You back to tell me that the one who described there as a war crime or this is not our wording.
Okay.
There's official position from official.
Yes.
Yes, and there is a case.
Do you feel let down?
To some extent, we feel that the international community have many to do to stop the carnage and did not do it. And I'm gonna tell you, I'll just make a comparison. Russia, 30,000 different type of sanctions had been taken against Russia. Israel, after 2 years in row right now, 0 sanction has been took against Israel. The international community, United Nations, they have many tools, all of these tools. And this is the clear position: legal, tested, legitimate, economic, legal, and at large legal measures, diplomatic measures that can be taken. And if it had been taken, Israel will end its occupation within 1 month. Israel is benefiting from the illegal settlement. And everyone worldwide, except the American current ambassador in Israel, everyone is saying that the Israeli settlement is illegal and illegitimate. But this is rhetoric. But by the end of the day, if their shelves, their markets is full of the Israeli settlement product, you are giving us a rhetoric, lip services, while you are directly supporting the establishment of the Israeli settlement. Just boycott the Israeli settlement. Okay. Not more than that. Is it? And we did it as an international human and the international community. We did it 30 years, 40 years ago when we boycott the apartheid regime, and it finished. Boycott the Israeli illegal settlement. This is not our word. This is the United Nations wording when they issued the list of the recent list, I think, right. 160, 170 enterprises is benefiting from the Israeli settlement. Boycott it. Easy. No one will going to enforce you to buy some product from the Israeli settlement. This is the only way to put an end to the Israeli occupation.
I'm going to leave it there,
please,
Your Excellency, Ambassador, because I think you've given us a Palestinian perspective, a viewpoint, which many believe has not been given its due in the mainstream media.
Can I say something?
Do you believe the media is as one-sided also?
Because I want to choose
what's your last point?
No, we did not have the chance to tell our story. Media right now is reporting about the Palestinian, 66,252 journalists whom killed. It's a reporting. But the media itself did not give us the chance to tell our story. I'm pretty sure many of whom are gonna watch us tonight, for the very first time that gonna hear about what's so-called the notorious despicable Balfour Declaration. What's so-called? I'm gonna use the word what's so-called because
you're saying the Balfour Declaration. You're saying that the Palestinian view has never been told to the public.
The story,
the story of Palestine has never really been told to the public.
Yes.
And in a way, we've reduced death to a statistic of just how many people have died.
Reporting.
And it's not just a piece of land. Think about the people who live in that land. I appreciate you joining us.
And we have history, thousands of years ago, according to the Torah, not to us. But no one gave us the chance even to shed light on it. When they talk about the promised land, we have our argument. When they talk about the Palestinian is not existing, we have our argument.
Okay. I'm going to leave it there, Your Excellency. I appreciate you joining me here on the news today. There you have the ambassador of Palestine to India giving us the Palestinian viewpoint 2 years after the Hamas attack took place in Israel on October 7th and has led to a Gazan war that has left a number of people homeless and several dead. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe. Namaskar.